Everyone, welcome back. So today I will show you how to extract inner text of an element using JavaScript in Power Automate desktop. Okay, so this is an alternative method uh, compared to Power Automate inbuilt activities, right? So here I will use JavaScript code to get the text label or the inner text of the element in a web page. Okay, so these are the details on JavaScript I have already covered in part 1. So, so I will move on to the class attribute. So the HTML class attribute is used to specify a class for an HTML element, as you can see here. So this is a class attribute of this H2 element. Okay, and we will be using get elements by class name method to use the inner text method. Okay, so the get elements by class name returns in collection. So this is very important because there can be multiple class uh, with the same there can be same class, okay, present multiple fields, multiple elements. Okay, so it will be like reused in a web page. So we have to specify the index of that, right? Right. So as like an array. Okay. So yeah. So here we come to inner text property. So what is inner text? Inner text returns the contents of all elements except for script and style elements. Okay, so here we have a sample text, sample elements and text. So this is the element, this is the attribute, and this is the text. So if you use inner text, it will return this is a text without the tags. Okay, but if you use inner HTML, it will return these tags also. So this is the difference between inner text and inner HTML. So here we will be using inner text. Okay, so this is the code we will be using in our demo. So this is just we use it to initialize a function and give a function name. We can give any name, and this is declaring a variable, and we are using this command document.get elements by class name, and here we will pass the class name. Okay, so here we will pass the class name which we will get from our web page, and this here we have to pass the index. Okay, so like if the element class name is index is 0, we will pass 0 accordingly, because the same class name can be repeated or may not be repeated in a web page. Depends upon the web page also. Okay, how it is designed, how it is coded. Okay, so we will see which index we have to use here, and then we have to pass this method. Okay, using dot inner text, it will return the inner text of that element. Okay, so let's go to our sample page. I have, yeah, so I have this page open, finance.yahoo.com. So there are multiple labels here, right, like stocks and all these things, Yahoo Finance and so on. So I want to just suppose I want to extract the label name. Okay, like I should get the stocks in my code. Code should return me this. Okay, when my JavaScript command runs, it should return me this value, this text label. Okay, so let's do an inspect. Then come to here. Let's see what is the, yeah, this is the class name of this talks label. Okay, so as I mentioned, it can be repeated, right? Class name can be repeated or may not be repeated. So let's see if it is repeated or not, or what is the index of this. So do a control F. Okay, just to in your keyboard press control F, you will get this search bar, paste this class name, and then see how many times it is repeated. So here you can see it is only repeated one times, means this class name is unique to this level. Okay, then we are good. So our index becomes 0 because index starts with 0. in an array, right? In collection. So we have to copy this class name, or you can just double click. Yeah. So you just double click on this. Why it is not refresh this page? Yeah. So it has actually copied. Let's go back to the element again. Yeah. So here you double click on this, it gets highlighted and do Control C. Okay. Now you come to your code, which I have prepared in my Power Automate desktop. So this is very self-explanatory. So here we will attach to the running instance by URL. We pass this URL which we just opened in our Edge browser. Okay. Then we use this run JavaScript function on web page. So you can search for this in this action bar here and then get this. Okay. You can read more on this link, learn Microsoft Learn page. Then pass this browser instance which you got from step 1, and this is the code which I just showed you. Except the class name and index. So here we will pass the class name which I just copied from there, and as I mentioned, it is 0 index because there is only one class name. Okay. Okay. So then I have passed this inner text method. Okay. Then you have to use this return item, and this variable produced is result. So it will give you the inner text in this result variable. Okay. So let me run it. Yeah, and this is the flow variable because this is a flow variable. So the result should come over here in this result variable. I have not declared any, created any variables. Okay. So let me run it. So I think it should have run by now. Let's see. Okay, so some issue. It has not returned me the inner text. Okay, so why is it so? Okay, return item. Let's run it one more time. I think the inspect element was opened. That's why it did not work. And let's run it up. Let's run one more time. Yeah, it's just started debugging this browser. So I should put a message box also. Okay, I think should have done by now. Let's go to the code. Yeah, so I think it has worked properly, right? So it has returned me the inner text of this code. Okay, so this is how we use inner text. So I think this is very straightforward and zero error method to get the text label compared to the selectors method, right? Compared to the this activities. So this is alternative way. So you can explore more on it and use and try to see which all functions you can uh, use in this. You can use in this JavaScript code. Okay, so here I'm using a text. You can try to explore on other functions, other methods, right? So I hope you have found this method, this approach useful. So do subscribe to my channel for new updates. So thank you very much. Bye bye.